Welcome back, my fellow mobile gamers of YouTube. My name is NimbleThor, and I found some awesome games for you guys today, one of which I think is really gonna blow up once it globally releases later this year. And if you're into adventure RPGs, you definitely do not want to miss out on this one. So we'll get to that one in just a bit, but first, if you like any of today's games and you want to play them for yourselves, you can check out all the download links and lots of other relevant links in the description box down below this video, and you can also stick around till the end if you want to hear which one of today's games was my personal favorite. Now, to start off strong this week, let me just introduce you guys to Botworld Adventure. And no, this is not Botworld Adventure, as Nimblewife, who edits all of these videos, thought, so don't worry, this is absolutely safe for work. In fact, Botworld Adventure is a cute and unique adventure RPG with a fun brawl-like combat system and a massive open world full of resources to collect, enemies and bosses to fight, and over 30 distinct bot characters to craft. Starting at our hometown in this game, the town mayor provides contracts that often involve dealing with baddies or collecting materials. While we're free to explore the world exactly as we see fit, completing these daily contracts is the fastest way to progress in the game, and it helps guide new players around the world map. The overall goal in the game is to collect resources to craft, level up, and customize our bots while expanding our family boat to unlock new gameplay elements. The world in this game is full of enemies, and when running into one, we're teleported to a brawl arena where we start by placing 3 bots anywhere inside this small brawl circle, and then we watch them automatically attack the enemies, a bit like in an auto chess game. Meanwhile, we can launch manual abilities to help our bots by spending mana that replenishes over time. So although our bots fight automatically, there's constantly something to do, which makes the combat experience enjoyable. Now, to leave town and actually head into the wild, we need to spend 1 of 3 tickets that replenish every 30 minutes, and when exploring, we also eventually run out of bot repairs, which forces us to return home again. So these two systems do limit our play session length a bit, but on the bright side, we can fight other players' bots controlled by an AI as much as we want, and we're not even forced to participate in PvP to progress in the game. Botworld Adventure monetizes through a paid version of its PvE-focused battle pass, in-app purchases for more gold and resources, and then incentivized ads to get more contracts and tickets. So yes, this does mean that paying players have a pay-to-progress faster advantage, but it doesn't ruin the free-to-play experience. You do need to be online to play the game though. It takes up 363 MB of space, and there's a lot to do in this game. It has a good sense of humor, and its colorful art style gives it a nice casual vibe. The only downside really is that the progression is slightly dragged out, but it still remains a very well put together game that is perfect for 30 to 60 minute play sessions. If you haven't played this next game yet, because it's actually a bit of an older game, but I recently just heard about it, so I figured many of you might have also not heard about it, but if you haven't played it, I'm pretty excited to hear what you think about it, because I think a lot of you guys are really gonna enjoy this one. The name of the game is Griblers, and it's a turn-based offline strategy game that is played on a board game-like world map made up of hexagon tiles full of resources to collect and monsters to beat. So our home in this game, which is really our home city, I guess, is located in the middle of the map, and on each turn we use our 3 heroes to explore the surrounding areas 1 tile at a time until we've completed the entire single-player campaign. Collecting the resources that are scattered around the world map and then bringing them back home to craft items or upgrade our heroes is a big part of the game, and it's also the primary way to grow stronger. So if you like that type of gameplay loop, you're probably really gonna love this game. Now, in my experience with Griblers, it's a fun and also decently unique game, but it is also very tricky to get into because the UI and the gameplay just isn't properly explained, and it's also a rather slow-paced game, especially in the beginning of the game before we get to fight our first battles against actual monsters. The game can be completed entirely for free though, and it monetizes only through a premium edition in-app purchase that costs $1 on Android and $2 on iOS, but nothing extra is unlocked by buying this premium version, so it's really just there as a way to thank the developers. The game can be played offline, it takes up only 93 MB of space, and if you push through the initial difficulties of understanding the game, it will provide a great adventure strategy RPG experience. Now, hear me out here for a sec, because today's next game answers the age-old question: what would happen if we sent hamsters into space to rescue pets and rebuild planets using an arcade claw machine? Right? Like one of these ones, you know, you push it down and then you try to get a teddy bear out. It's exactly as great as it sounds. So guys, I'm proud and also slightly weirded out, I guess, to introduce you to Claw Stars. So the primary gameplay loop here is that we operate a claw connected to our spaceship so we can collect gold, premium currency, pets, and power-ups. So far, so good. But the gold earned from the claw machine can then be spent on gradually rebuilding destroyed planets, and when all buildings have been fully upgraded and we've found and rescued all the pets, we can then move on to the next planet to repeat the process. Where the game truly shines though is in its light multiplayer elements that involve stealing pets and gold from friends or random players, or temporarily preventing them from restoring their buildings. And yes, it does absolutely suck to have gold stolen from you, but the game is more casual than competitive, so it's fast to regain gold on your next playset. But as is most often the case, there is a downside here, and in Claw Stars, that downside is that the friend system that makes this part of the game truly fun and helps prevent it from growing repetitive requires logging in with Facebook, so you can only play against your Facebook friends or random people. Claw Stars monetizes through incentivized advertisements and then in-app purchases for more claws, premium currency, gold, and a subscription that provides extra claw capacity and fancy cosmetics. Now, it's worth pointing out that the claws for the claw machine work as an energy system that limits our play session length, but still, the overall monetization isn't all that limiting for us free players, and there are no forced ads at least. You need to be online to play the game, it takes up 288 megabytes of space, and this is one of those games that will just either be great fun if you log in with Facebook and play it casually in small increments, or a complete no-go if you don't use Facebook and you want to play for extended periods of time. My favorite game this week... By the way, do I look wise when I do this in my beard? I heard that's one of the attributes of getting a beard. Maybe I need a pipe as well. Like that? I don't know. Anyway, my favorite game of the week has got to be Botworld Adventure. I just really hope that the developer will be able to continue developing that game and improving that game up until the global release later this year. But let me know if you agree or maybe you disagree in the comment section down below, or just tell me what you thought about these games or which one is your favorite. Because then, until next time, just keep gaming, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys around. And it monetizes only through a premium in edition. Okay. Wow. If you log in with Facebook and play it casually in small increments, wow, that involves stealing pets and gold from other players. I was meant to say friends.